YouTube, thanks for coming back to Shotgun Shenanigans. We're glad you're here today. We've got a great video. We're going to talk numbers again. Ooh, don't click off of here yet. We're not doing math. Not exactly. But as you've seen, I like to associate numbers with things and give some information behind what I'm doing. So we have learned in past videos how far 25 pounds of shot goes. We've learned how far 1 pound of powder goes. We learned last week how many times we can reload these shells. But something else that I feel is important is that I show you guys how fast it can be done and how many shells you can load in 1 hour. I think that if you're on the fence of reloading, I think the first thing people consider is it too hard for me? Well, the short answer there is no, it's not that hard. Literally, my 4-year-old was out here doing it the other day, and he picked up on it. Now, granted, I was helping him pull it, but he understood like the mechanisms and when to put the wad in. So I'm sure you guys can do it. I'd say the next question would be, is it worth it? So what I want to do is show you how many you can do in an hour, and then we'll calculate what it would have cost to buy those shells versus what we put in it to load them. Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here and do long format on that. I'm going to just fast forward. We might do a couple different time lapses at different points in this. I'm not going to sit here and record me loading this the whole time. That would be too wild. And nobody would watch an hour and 20-minute long video anyways, especially not one where that's all that was happening. But we'll come back when we go to box these things up. I'm not going to count them. I'll box them, and then I'll just count them in the stacks of 25. And then when we get to the very end, we might have an odd number left over, but we'll keep them in increments of 25. And we'll show part of that process, and then we'll come back, and we'll give you the numbers behind it. Stick with me. All right, now, we're glad you're back. We had a little bit of shooting to do in between the time I started that video and the time I finished. Apologies, none necessary, but I'm doing it anyways. Come on. We loaded up 441 shotgun shells in 58 minutes. I ran out of powder with 2 minutes to go, so I think I probably could have touched that 450 mark, maybe even a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But what does that mean? Well, we talked in the beginning of this video about, is it economical? Well, I'm going to say that's going to now depend on how many shells you shoot. If you're shooting 100 shells a month, reloading, probably not economically beneficial for you. You're shooting 250, 350 shells a week like what I've been doing, yeah, you're going to save some money. We're talking, $40 an hour to load them, but every time you pull the trigger on one you made, you're saving 10 cents. So, and think of it this way, if you shoot 10,000 shells a year, which is probably what I'm going to try to shoot this year, that's about $1,000 in savings, which paid for that reloader. So there's my ROI on that. Next year, I'll save $1,000 and maybe put it towards a new shotgun, maybe put it towards some more gear. You never know. More competitions, whatever the case may be. But one thing's for sure, I do like reloading more so than just saving money. What do you mean? Well, I get to take this component and this component and this component and this component and blend it. I get to figure out which components I like the best. And I get to see, just exactly what they do. So for me, I love a Winchester AA load. I love the FPS and I love the shot size. Everything else, everybody else makes ammo. Fiocchi makes them clay crushers and they're similar in FPS and shot size and all of that. But a Winchester AA is, long-standing ammo. Everybody know Winchester AA. But I don't like to use Winchester primers when I reload, so I got these Remington 209Ps. Well, there's one change I made. And then, I've seen better results with the figure 8 wad over the WAA-12, so I switched that up, and I was able to find a menu where I could take two things that I really liked that I knew were functional and reliable and mix it with a powder and a shot size and know that it's going to work, blend them together, and bam, we on the road, come on. So, something to consider for sure is how much you're going to be shooting and then how much you want to mix and master the loads. That's what's going to tell you if it's for you or not. But we hope you got something out of today's video. If you did, please, please, please drop one of them thumbs ups down there. And if you got any questions or comments, well, That's what the comment section for. Hit me up. That thing's dry. Y'all fire me up down there. Come on. Share me with your friends. Let's do some more shotgun shenanigans together. Hopefully this coming week we've got a quail, or not a quail hunt. We did that a while back. Didn't get much video out of it. Might pair some of that video from the quail up with the pheasant hunt we're going to do on Saturday. But we'd love for you guys to subscribe to the channel. And that's all I got for today. Catch y'all next time. Come on.